Okay, so what type of accounting or accounting processes does a business need to have in place? Well, generally any small business needs to start out with simple bookkeeping functions. Now, this is generally known as operational accounting, okay, because bookkeeping is the recording of numbers so for later use or determination, and it's synonymous or very similar to operational accounting, because operational accounting keeps track of things like inventory, sales, accounts receivable, etc. Now, there are a number of good softwares out there, QuickBooks, Peachtree, FreshBooks, things like that, that perform most of these services for you. But you need to train yourself on these to understand how to do them. And they will do the heavy lifting for you, the heavy accounting lifting, coming up with the income statement, statement of cash flow, balance sheet, or statement of owner's equity. All of these functions are available within these sophisticated programs. So again, educating yourself on how to use these programs, how to enter the information in the data, and it will create these traditional financial statements for the business. Also within the business is the payroll accounting aspects. That is the withholding of state and federal income tax, the withholding of payroll taxes, or in some cases self-employment taxes for individuals in sole proprietorships or closely held organizations such as an LLC where you work for the business. So you'll have to pay self-employment taxes on some of the income. And you can separate this from, say, when you're in a S corporation where part of the amount of funds that you receive as compensation don't have self-employment taxes taken out of them. So again, within this software, you can do all of this. But generally for payroll accounting, you're going to have to keep up with the state and federal income tax, the FICA taxes, which is Social Security and Medicare, which makes up payroll and self-employment taxes, and then federal or state unemployment taxes as well. That can be entered in or kept up with within these softwares. And then you may have a separate set of books that involve tax accounting. That is, you take into account certain tax deferral considerations or possibilities for using past losses and things like that to offset the taxes associated with the business, etc. And now the tax value or the documents or financial statements that take into consideration many of the tax benefits or tax deferral measures will demonstrate some things that aren't necessarily there on the books, right? On the books, you may accelerate the depreciation of an item, where in the tax accounting side, you show that the assets still have value. Okay, so you can make certain differentiations between assets held, the actual cash coming in and out of the business, etc., and the actual tax burden faced by individuals based on the use of past losses or carry forwards. So anyway, these are the general separations in small business accounting. Now we have an entire video series just on small business accounting procedures, etc. But in this section, I want to use this video to introduce you to these concepts, that this is what you need to consider when you're starting a small business. Okay?